my good friend, former Buffalo police officer Cariole Horne. She's with us here today to talk about what happened in her experience as a Buffalo police officer. Cariole, how you doing?
I'm good.
My pleasure to be here with you. Let's go back to 10 years ago. What happened on that night with Officer Greg Kwiatkowski as you were responding to an incident with the person in question whose name was Neal Mack, am I correct?
Yes.
And what happened on that night?
Okay, actually it was November 1st of 2006, and it was around 9 a.m. in the morning. There was a call of an officer in trouble that I responded to. When I got there, I went into a driveway, to a side door, up to a flight of stairs, and into a kitchen area. There I saw a young man laying on the floor, and there was an officer standing over him. And when I looked to the right, there was a gentleman who was handcuffed in the front, and there was an officer, Gregory Kwiatkowski, who was standing over him, punching him in the face. And so basically he was handcuffed, like I said, he was handcuffed in the front. So the officer in front of me offered to cuff him in the back, and Gregory Kwiatkowski said, no, this MFer, something to this effect, this MFer won't listen. And so he eventually swung him towards us, and then me and other officers just started pushing and pulling and whatever they did in front of me, because I couldn't see in front of me. But we got Neal Mack out of the door, and once he was out of the door, down the flight of stairs, and out into the yard, the officers started dispersing, going back to their patrol cars. So I was walking behind Gregory Kwiatkowski and Neal Mack. Then he just stopped and pulled him down into a chokehold and just started choking him. So I said, Greg, you're choking him, because I assumed whatever happened in the house he was still upset about. So, I thought by me yelling to him that he was choking him, that he would stop, come back to reality. Well, he didn't stop, so I grabbed his arm from around Neal Mack's neck. So just picture that Neal Mack is between us and we're like this.
Mm-hmm.
So then after I grabbed his arm, he came out of his crouch position and just punched me in the face. And to this day, I still have migraines.
Mm. After that, you were brought up on charges?
Yeah, I was brought up on charges, accused of jumping on his back, trying to stop an arrest, and just like I just explained it to you, once I got into the house, he was already handcuffed, so it was clear in my mind that he was already under arrest, so there was no arrest for me to stop. And like I said, I helped push him out of the house, and then once we got outside is when he started choking him. So it was two separate incidents, one inside, one outside. So the charges that I was brought up on, they blurred it to make it seem as if it was one event, and that I tried to stop this arrest, but clearly I didn't.
Since this has happened to you, you subsequently lost your job, am I correct?
Yes.
And you were, 41 days to qualify for your pension?
Actually, I worked a total on the department. I worked a total of 20 years, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
The city had altered my time.
Okay.
So now Darius Pridgeon, who's the head of the council, basically I gave him the paperwork showing that the city had altered my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they did an analysis and showed that I was only 40 days short of my retirement. But of course, at that time, we didn't know that it was only 40 days because someone had altered the paperwork.
Mm-hmm. And even with that, once you're made aware of that, you can purchase the time to qualify for the 40. Did you know that?
No, and I've just been notified of the 40 days when I saw the video that he put up. And now I'm knowing about purchasing the time because you just told me.
Right. That's something that they have to offer you. Have you realized since this has happened that a lot of departments, especially in Western New York, have made it part of their rules, manual of rules, that any officer that is present in the case of excessive force is now his lawful duty to stop it? Did you know that?
I thought that was our lawful duty anyway.
Anyway, but now they put it in
under
writing.
Article 35,
Right.
justification of force, in the New York State Penal Law, you could come to an aid of a third person. So it was always in the law. So why it didn't apply to me, I don't know.
Since your incident, most of the departments in Western New York have
That's great to know.
put it in their manual of rules.
Well, that's great to know, even though it should have been common sense.
Article 35 says that once the arrest has been effected, all hostilities are supposed to stop. So there's no question that you were in the right. And
Exactly.
why this has happened, we don't know.